For the first time since the invasion of Iraq more than 20 years ago, the United States has announced that it has toppled a dictator and would now take over the operations of a foreign nation.
At my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela.
In this regard, this is a more naked grab for oil than has occurred before in the United States. George H.W. Bush was charged with this during the first Persian Gulf War. George W. Bush was charged with seeking oil when he invaded Iraq, but neither one of them really did this.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure.
President Trump is making no secret of it. It all began on Saturday morning. The U.S. struck several targets around Caracas, including military bases. It turned off the power, and then it sent in an extraction force and removed both President Maduro and his wife. President Trump described the legal basis for the arrest, an indictment that has been around since 2020 against Maduro for drug trafficking. At the core of the administration's legal argument is the charge that Maduro ran essentially a giant drug trafficking ring, and that he and his fellow leaders profited from it, at least indirectly. But I think the most notable part of the press conference came when he said,
"We are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition,"
putting the U.S. in political control of the entire nation for an unspecified period of time. Trump's announcement raised more questions than it answered. Will the U.S. essentially run the country's government? Will it have forces on the ground? Who will run the courts? Who will pump the oil? The president said he was perfectly willing to put boots on the ground if the Venezuelan vice president, just having been inaugurated as president, did not follow American instructions.
Único presidente de Venezuela, el presidente Nicolás Maduro.
The topic that President Trump has avoided publicly discussing was the question of whether the United States was really seeking regime change and seizure of Venezuela's oil as the true purpose of the American military buildup. And the answer we got on Saturday morning is that's a lot of what this was all about.